Beneath the bustling streets of modern London, the endless tide of taxis, office workers and tourists, lies a secret almost invisible to the eye. A secret that whispers stories from nearly 2,000 years ago, when Roman soldiers marched along the River Thames, merchants traded exotic goods, and a young city called Londinium began to take shape. London today is a sprawling metropolis, the financial heartbeat of Europe. But centuries ago, it was a frontier town on the edge of an empire, and at its heart stood a structure that symbolized power, law, and civilization, the first Roman basilica in London. For centuries, it was forgotten. Fire, rebuilding, and the relentless march of history buried it beneath layers of earth, stone, and modern construction. Until recently, no one walking the streets above had any idea they were treading on one of the city's most important ancient monuments. This is the story of how archaeologists uncovered it, what it reveals about early Roman London, and the mysteries that still lie beneath the streets. When the Romans arrived in Britain in AD 43, they established Londinium on the north bank of the Thames. The location was strategic, a natural river crossing and trade hub connecting the Roman Empire with the northern territories. Londinium quickly grew into a bustling town. Wooden houses lined muddy streets, markets overflowed with imported pottery and wine, and craftsmen pounded away in workshops. But amid this growing town, Roman authorities sought to build a civic center, a symbol of order, power, and Roman law. That center was the Basilica. In Roman cities, basilicas were monumental public buildings used for courts, government business, and trade. They were the beating heart of urban life, not temples to gods, but temples to civilization itself. Archaeological evidence suggests Londinium's basilica may have rivaled the grandeur of buildings in Rome. Its walls were thick and carefully constructed, its floors laid with stone and tile, and its interior held a tribunal platform where magistrates and officials presided over legal matters. The basilica was more than a building. It was a statement, a declaration that Roman law, culture, and authority had arrived on Britain's shores. And for nearly 2 millennia, it lay buried beneath London, waiting to be remembered. Fast forward to the 21st century. Beneath the offices of Gracechurch Street in London's financial district, workers began renovating a routine building project. What began as ordinary construction quickly turned extraordinary when archaeologists from the Museum of London Archaeology, MoLA, started their investigation. As they dug into the soil, they uncovered ancient foundations, walls of flint, ragstone, and Roman tiles forming the unmistakable layout of a basilica. Not just fragments of walls, but a full structural footprint, complete with areas thought to be courts, corridors, and the raised platform where magistrates once presided. The findings were remarkable. While Roman Britain has yielded countless artifacts, coins, pottery, jewelry, the discovery of a civic basilica was far rarer. It gave historians a tangible link to the daily lives of Londoners nearly 2,000 years ago. Experts noted the construction quality was exceptional. The stones were cut precisely, laid in geometric patterns, and reinforced in ways that reflected Roman engineering mastery. Evidence of repeated repairs suggested the basilica had endured fire and rebuilding, surviving centuries before succumbing to time and neglect. Even more haunting was the fact that this monumental building lay hidden beneath a modern office block. Above it, workers went about their daily lives, oblivious to the echoes of ancient justice and civic life beneath their feet. What was it like to live in Londinium during the early Roman occupation? The city's streets were crowded with traders from across the empire, Gauls, Germans, Syrians, and even North Africans. Merchants sold wine, olive oil, and pottery from faraway lands. Soldiers patrolled the streets, while local Britons cautiously adapted to Roman ways. The basilica served as the civic hub. Disputes were settled there, laws were enforced, contracts were signed, fines levied, and justice dispensed. For the citizens, it was a symbol of order, a reminder that the Roman Empire governed not only with legions, but with laws. Yet life in Roman London was fragile. Archaeologists have found evidence of fires, riots, and sudden destruction in areas near the basilica, hinting at a volatile city on the edge of empire. The Basilica may have seen magistrates declaring sentences to a tense crowd, or traders negotiating under the shadow of imperial authority. It was also a place of death and burial. Roman Londoners often interred their dead nearby, marking the streets with tombs and memorials, another reminder that beneath the bustling city, life and death were closely intertwined. Even after its discovery, the Basilica holds secrets. Archaeologists have uncovered its layout and foundations, but many questions remain unanswered. How large was the original structure? Some evidence suggests it may have been one of the largest buildings in Roman Britain, but only a portion has been excavated. Who worked there? Who decided the law, and how did ordinary citizens interact with magistrates? What other structures surrounded it? Was there a forum, marketplace, or temple nearby that has yet to be found? Adding to the mystery is the layered history of London itself. The city has been continuously inhabited for nearly 2,000 years, rebuilt after fire, flood, and war. The Basilica was buried, preserved, and forgotten, leaving only fragments for archaeologists to interpret. Some historians even speculate about underground passages connected to the Basilica, possibly for moving officials or storing records. Could hidden chambers still lie undiscovered beneath the financial district, waiting to reveal more secrets about London's Roman past? The discovery of London's first Roman basilica is more than just an archaeological find. It is a bridge across time, connecting us to the people who built and lived in the city centuries before we were born. It reminds us that beneath our feet lies a world of stories, some silent, some waiting to be heard. London may be a modern metropolis, but its streets are layered with the echoes of ancient voices, merchants, magistrates, and citizens navigating the complexities of a Roman frontier town. The Basilica stands as a testament to the ingenuity, ambition, and civilization of those early Londoners. And though much remains hidden, the fragments we have uncovered inspire wonder and a desire to keep searching for what lies beneath the city. Beneath the offices, the traffic, and the everyday life of London, the past waits quietly. The first Roman basilica is more than stone and tile. It is a symbol of power, order, and human endeavor. Archaeologists continue to peel back the layers of London's history, revealing stories lost to time. Each stone, each wall is a whisper, a reminder that the city we see today is built upon millennia of lives, choices, and civilizations. And so next time you walk the streets of London, remember, beneath the pavement, beneath the modernity, there are echoes of the past, silent witnesses to a world that once was, and still is, hidden, waiting to be uncovered.